here are 4 reasons why I love to use prop firms when I'm trading Forex. Now, what is a prop firm? Let's start there. So a prop firm is basically an account that is given to you by a company in order for you to use specifically for trading. So there are these companies out there called prop firms or proprietary trading firms. And so the way they work is they gather a bunch of capital, whether from investors or their own capital, and then they decide how to allocate it to different Forex traders. And so in order for them to give you capital, you have to be able to prove to them that you know how to trade. So how can you prove to them that you know how to trade? It's pretty simple. You just have to pass a little challenge. All these prop firms are doing the same thing. They're just verifying your trading ability. Now, once you're able to prove to them that you know how to trade, they will usually try to verify in some way. So you pass their first assessment and they're like, okay, cool. So you know how to trade, or maybe you just got lucky. Let's see if you can do it again. So they give you the second part of that challenge of that assessment period. Once you pass that second part of the assessment, a lot of times that's when you'll get the funded account. So they're gonna verify your credentials. It's called KYC, know your customer. They're usually gonna have you fill out some sort of payment platform information, such as Deal. Some people use Deal, and you basically fill out your information for all your direct deposits and wires and all that stuff. That's pretty simple. And on top of that, a lot of these companies will actually wire you the money back. So the money that you spent to pay for that challenge, they're gonna send it back to you. Now, that's what a prop firm is, and here's 4 reasons why I love to use them. The first one is that there's no credit checks. So I've just kind of explained the process of how it works and why I love using prop firms, but the reality is there's no credit checks. They don't check your history. They don't check your debt to income ratios. It's not a loan. It's nothing like that at all. And that's the best part, because at the end of the day, anybody can get one of these accounts. You could be the most broke person in the entire planet, and if you could just save up some money to buy that challenge and you pass it, you can start making money off of the prop firm's capital. It's such an easy entry point for so many people to get into the Forex market, and it allows so many people to have so much more opportunity because they're accessing capital that they did not otherwise have, and maybe they have a little bit of a trading ability or a trading skill set, and they can apply that to something like this and quickly begin scaling their account. And once they start getting payouts and they have personal capital, they can use that money to invest into other things. And it really just becomes a simple process that they follow. They get the prop firm, they start making some money, they reinvest that money into other things, and their portfolio just begins to grow and grow and grow from that point. As long as they're investing wisely, of course. You always have to be careful about how you're investing, but at the end of the day, the prop firm is a great place to start because of no credit checks, no liability, nothing like that at all. This brings me to my second point. There is no responsibility of yours for that capital. So if they give you $100,000 or they give you $500,000 or $1 million, you have no liability with that capital. That means that even if you lost all of it, which they wouldn't let you lose all of it, they would only let you lose up to like 5 or 10%. If the max loss thresholds are broken, they will immediately just shut down your account and disconnect it. And that's the risk that they're willing to take, and that's fine because they understand what they're doing. The first reason we like prop firms, no credit check, nothing like that. The second part is no liability. We're not responsible for any of these funds or anything that happens to them. We're only responsible for the wins. Now, once we win, we get paid out. And of course, there's a profit split attached to that usually. Some firms will take 50-50, some will take 80-20. It just really depends on the actual prop firm itself. The third reason why I love prop firms is because you're making so much more money because you're simply using a larger account. Think about it like this. If you're trading and you're using a $10,000 account and it's your own personal cash and you're making, let's say, 10-20% a month on it. You're just a very consistent trader, you're disciplined, you've taken a mentorship program somewhere, and you know what you're doing. 10, 20, 30% a month manually trading is nothing crazy. That's very doable, even while risking very little. Now, if you're able to consistently produce that on a $10,000 account, nothing changes when you use a $100,000 account or $1 million account or a $10 million account. You have to realize that your trading ability doesn't have to get better. Your trading ability stays the same. And that's one of my favorite things about prop firms, because your trading ability does not have to increase. The only thing that has to increase is the size of the account. So if we could just simply increase the size of the account that we're trading, we use the same amount of skill, the same skill set, we can produce larger results, right? It's simple math. if I'm doing 10%, let's just say 10% on an account that's $10,000, I'm making $1,000 a month. Or let's say maybe it takes me a whole year to make 10%. In that scenario, it's a little bit tricky because I actually think it would be hard to produce only 10% in a year because trading is generally more aggressive than that. But let's say you're just taking it super easy, super conservative for an entire year, and you just make 10%. So you're making $1,000 in the whole year. Now let's say you have $1 million account and you're making 10% a year. Well, now you're making $100,000 a year. I'm here to tell you that people are legitimately making 10, 20, 30% a month on these. Sometimes they're manually trading, sometimes they're using a trading software. I have a trading software that I personally use on these accounts. That software does 10, 15, 20% a month. So if we're able to produce 10% a month on one of these accounts, on $1 million account, that's $100,000 a month. And of course, there's a profit split with the company. And then if you're using somebody's trading software, there may be a profit split involved there too. So those are just some of the things to keep in mind. But at the end of the day, it's more money that you're making just because you're using the trading firm's capital. The prop firm is happy to give you capital to trade with, and you just have to apply your trading abilities or your trading software to that account and generate passive income for yourself. Now, if you're actively trading, it's not very passive, but if you're using a bot or something that's a passive system, then that's going to be passive for you. It just really blows my mind, even to this day, that trading is a really cool skill set, and it's very unique in the way that once you learn it, the only thing that has to change is your account size and you make more money. Because once you have that skill set, it stays with you and it's going to pay you for the rest of your life. Now, the fourth reason that I love to use prop firms is it's just extra trading capital. Even if I have $100 million that I'm trading of my own cash, why would I not want to use prop firms as well? And it's very, very possible to get millions and millions of dollars in funding from different prop firms. Right off the top of my head, I could probably tell you about 20 or $30 million that you could get from different prop firms and use a software to run on these different prop firm accounts. And so if you're using a software, it becomes very passive for you, and that's extra money that's producing capital for you month after month after month. And what some people do is they'll literally just place the same trades across all of their accounts, and there's different systems out there that can assist you with that and help automate that process. But at the end of the day, if you're trading with 100 million, why not trade with 120 or 130 million, right? Or maybe you have no capital at all, and so you buy one prop firm account, you pass the challenge, you start making money, you use those profits to buy another account and another account and another account. And remember, most of these will refund you as well. So as soon as you pass one, you could use that money to buy another one. And so there's no reason to not have multiple prop firm accounts, because you can use these prop firms to generate a lot of passive income for yourself. Anyways, those are the 4 reasons that I love prop firms when it comes to Forex trading. I think it's a great tool. I definitely don't discount it. I know there's so many people out there that are like, oh, well, I don't like prop firms. Well, I like making additional money while not even risking my own capital. So I like prop firms personally. I love to use them in addition to my own personal capital. And it's a great supplement. You know, it's kind of like a little side hustle or a side income that I have from my own trading income. And I'll see you all in the next video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.